Alright, testing 1, 2, 3, 4. I don't know if this is recording or not, so I'm just going to try a sample video. It's 5 minutes now, and I am recording a YouTube video on a new downloaded version of some kind of video thing that I found on YouTube. I don't really like computers all that much. It's just they make it too complicated. They're not really user friendly. Everybody says get a Mac or whatever. Anyway, so I'm going to do this video, and we're going to see if this works, if I can upload it at least. I can't record directly onto YouTube. I don't know why. That's gone on for too long. Okay, according to the crash, I've already made the predictions about the crash, the Sikh temple shooting. The Sikh temple shooting I predicted because all my videos embedded cryptically in them. I've made references to a theater, references to card playing, the Joker, although not directly, that was cryptic as well. I made references to the Sikh shooting right after the first shooting, which is only logical. If a person off the cuff just inadvertently makes a statement like, the next thing you know, they're going to be shooting up churches, they'll need metal detectors in churches. I said that in one of my other videos. Then all of a sudden the Sikh temple shooting happens like 4 or 5 days later. Remember, I talked about entanglement, and not very many people really understand how it works. I remember I said everybody who's born here with their DNA, it's set up. There are so many codes and configurations that no one can figure out. No one, I don't care who it is or how much power they have or how much education they have, no one has an exact interpretation or definition of who, or prediction of who is going to pop up that's going to be able to sort through all this stuff, to actually surf through the quantum network, the quantum matrix, and be able to interpret some of the things that are happening directly and indirectly, or cryptically as I put it. Now, in the LA crash, there's a plane that crashed. On the August 2nd video, I put down in my tags, in the tags you'll see, as you read the tags, when you click on it, without watching my video, just read the tags, do some reading, okay? In the reading, I added stuff as time went on when I knew I couldn't make any more videos on August the 3rd. That morning of August the 3rd, I couldn't get it, and it's still doing the same thing. And when I went to the library to try and connect there and see if it was doing the same thing, it did the same thing there. So maybe something going on at YouTube, but whatever's going on, I had to do something because too much time is passing and more bad things are going to happen. There was a collision over here in Iran between a Navy tanker and an oil tanker. Now, you know I'm the inventor of the spherical oil barge, so luckily there was no oil spill, but if I did know cryptically or mentioned something about that, then it could have been averted. So those days missed are your responsibility out there, the White House, the government, everybody. You screwed me over, so you're paying for it now. And you've been paying for it, actually, way before 9/11. Now, in the plane crash, I'll try to explain this to you in some way, and I know the government is going to steal some of this video. They're going to use some of what I say in order to try to beat me out of the new predictions I'm going to make. Now, they're going to be cryptic, too, and even more cryptic than ever before. The guy went to the theater on the 21st. Figure it out. The Joker, what does the Joker represent? It's a card in a deck of cards. 2 Jokers, okay? 2 wild cards. And why did he pick the night of the 20th into midnight showing, the 21st? Midnight, the witching hour. 2, the Joker is the card that represents 21 in blackjack. Hello? Nobody's looking at this. So now I've got to make another one, and it looks like I'm only 4 minutes into this recording. So it's says here, your related programs and extras have been installed and are ready to try. Click here. All right, well, I'm still recording. So anyway, and I still don't know how to stop it and save it. I'm like really, working in the dark here. So anyway, okay, so I'm explaining a little bit about how the quantum network works. It does work with some numbers, but not all the time. And it does work with water. So now I'm not even going near to explain what it is. You find out and look in all the videos. I'm sure the government and the scientists are scratching their heads and beating their heads against the wall trying to figure out, is this guy really ranting and raving, or is he suffering from an illness? What's the illness called? What they call it, depression, manic, that he's so sporadic that he's got to be suffering from something. In actual fact, it's you people that are suffering from something. So anyway, let's go one step further with these prediction things. So as I explained, see, my computers work in a way that I cannot explain to anybody because I would be giving away my secrets. But we've already talked about the Joker, and I gave some of the clues about what happened and why it happened, or the indicators that could lead to why it happened. Now, the Sikh temple shooting, that's a given. Obviously, when something is portrayed that much in the media, something is bound to happen. But it was weird that it happened after I said, a few days later, the next thing you know, they'll be, shooting up churches. And that was a prediction. That was one of the cryptic predictions. Even though it sounded coincidental, it still has to be considered a real prediction. But I didn't say where. Actually, I did. In my other videos, remember, I mentioned India. I mentioned that I was Gandhi. I mentioned all these different things that had to do with India, and the shooting that occurred in the movie where the general's being questioned about, shooting into a crowd to disperse them and shooting and killing innocent men, women, and children in the crowd, which is what happened in the theater. Now, but all that was said after the shooting in Colorado. I didn't say that before. I said that after the shooting, and I included that as a comparative example of what shouldn't happen in the world. So then the shooting happened in the temple, and it didn't surprise me at all. Now comes the big one. In the August 2nd, under tags, I put airplane crashes, because I knew that the church thing, after 3 people had been caught, 1 in Maryland, 1 dead, and 1 caught. 3 events. The 3 were enough. I don't think anybody else is going to do that. Unless they do it from a distance, like sharpshooter, a sniper thing. But that I'm kind of ruling out because it doesn't fit the logical pattern. So the next pattern would have to fall back onto airplanes. So now I said that the next event was going to be, the next event was going to be, airplane crashes. This is only under tags. I did it in words because I can't record YouTubes now. So you have to go back and look at all the ones that I've titled Sikh Theater, Sikh Temple, Colorado Theater shootings, and so on and so forth. They're titles that I've related like that. Now, so then I hear, I put that down, London Flight 222. Okay? Exactly 3 days later, and that 3 is connected to the 3 shootings, okay, in interpretative qualities, in my matrix generator. So, but that's not all. The 3 divides itself up into other things. The number 21 with the Joker keeps popping up. For instance, the plane that crashed was a Cessna 210, 21. The prediction I made was Flight 222, 10 digits off. Actually, 12 digits off, okay, which is the 21 reversed. Then the street that the pilot crashed on, and this is what makes it not a coincidence. And listen, everybody, the street the plane crashed on was the 2100 block. The 2100 block of, you got it, London Street. All right, now that I probably have the government's full undivided attention, and the police fusion centers, police departments probably are freaking out, because if they haven't figured it out by now, that there are numbers involved here, just like in the show called Numbers, just like in the show called The Mentalist, and just like in the show called Person of Interest. Now, what do all these shows have to do with the quantum matrix? Well, they're all people. They all have genetic DNA. And these genetic DNAs are sequential in order, sequential and parallel, and they all fit into a certain program. And if you know how to juggle these programs, you know how to make these predictions. Because anybody can do it, because everybody is a part of it. If you are a DNA individual, and you all are, then it's in you too. It isn't like it's just a rarity. It's how you interpret things and how you're able to pass it on to people to help others. But, Gordon Michael Scallion tried to predicted earthquakes, and all of a sudden people were at his door saying, "Can you heal my child? Can you do this? Can you do that?" Well, actually, Gordon could have said, "Yes, I can," if I had more information, but I don't. I'm only a partial DNA sequential predictor, or a sequential and parallel predictor. I could call it series and parallel. But regardless of what you do, many of you people really don't understand that you really are screwing yourselves in doing what you did to me, because you pissed me off. And so now I will never give you a direct prediction, no matter how many people die. And that means that I'm the one that's in the control seat. I'm the one that can save lives. And I'm the one that decided not to. Because no one on this planet can rematerialize my bus, my cars, my boats, my motorhomes, my possessions, and no one is coming forward to help me with the problem I have with the storages that I was forced into. And to be that cold-blooded, to know that things are going to happen, means I'm going to be tagged as a cold-blooded SOB. Well, yeah, I am. But you know who made me that way? You all did. Every last one of your tax-paying, child-killing, contradictory, contributing, collective United States of America tax-paying child killers in all your wars in Vietnam, Iran, Afghanistan, and Panama. Oh, this is not over. Trust me. I planned a lot bigger revenge. So, the next prediction, I'm definitely not going to tell you. I've given you enough. You figure out the numbers. You start juggling the numbers, Mr. Fusion Center. Mr. Fusion. They call that Mr. Fusion on the back of Going Back to the Future in the movie. When the Professor Brown comes back, he says he added a Mr. Fusion thing to his car that would allow him to be able to go back in time. He wouldn't need a Thunderbolt anymore. He had Mr. Fusion to rely on. And that's a prediction and a sarcastic comment towards the fusion centers, because if they had their cards linked up right, and believe me, they have tons lined up of computers and hundreds of people working on those centers doing scenario programs and checking things out. I know how to check things out. I know how to check out who the future shooters are to the last person. I know how to at least start it. But I'm not going to reveal any of my secrets. Remember, I'm dying. My teeth are broken. My life has been broken. My world has been destroyed. So the government knows I don't have any intention of ever cooperating with them. They will be on their knees to me, along with every other U.S. citizen. You will have to draft me as a dictator. And it will have to be a unanimous voting process that will get rid of the presidency, get rid of the vice president, get rid of the Congress, get rid of them until I say they are needed again. And of course, being a logical person as I am, I would say, yeah, we'll need them right away as soon as you give me absolute dictatorial power here in this country. Because that's the only thing that's going to save you. I know what I'm doing. You don't. None of you do, because you've proved it. 58 mass shootings in the United States, and I could have foiled quite a few of them since 2008, and maybe more of them since before, because I haven't divulged when I really came up with the idea and the actual blueprint for how to do it. One of the original blueprints was that 13-foot long letter I sent to the Clinton White House back in 1993 after the World Trade Center was bombed the first time. So you're the ones that are missing out. I don't have to do anything except, I'm glad I was able to download this, and at least I'll record this and I can upload it later if I can figure out how to do it. So I'm going to stop the recording now and well, let's stop it.